Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today I found this really cool design in X, in Twitter, from Fred Wonders. So shout out to him. Really nice designs. He was showing off these A and B designs, and I guess B won in terms of the comments, and he gave away this Figma file. So I'm gonna drop that down in the description below so you guys can check that out. But basically what I want to do is I want to kind of do something like this in Framer. So obviously we're not going to be copying this. It's going to be, quite different in terms of coloring, in terms of the images, right? We're going to be using Midjourney, or you guys can also use this, which is like a free type of image generator from Google. So we're going to be using these AI tools to generate this image and I also use AI to kind of see what other types of industries we can choose. And there was honey, tea, and wine, right? So I'm going to use the wine one because I think with the wine one we can create like a nice type of color, right? Kind of like a red wine type of color. So we have that, and basically that's it. So we're going to go ahead and copy this image, and I opened a Framer file already, so I'm just going to paste that in here. And what I'm going to do is I want to kind of generate this image first, right? So we can kind of tell that this is a watercolor. Well, not really. We can go ahead and try to let Midjourney describe what this image is. So what I'll do is just go like this and take a screenshot of this. Actually, let's remove that text from the side. Let me go like this. Take a nice screenshot of this and go back to Discord, and then I have a chat open with the Midjourney bot. And what I'm going to do is just attach the image that I have saved. So I'm just going to go to my recents, and it's this one. And go down here and click enter. And what Midjourney is going to do is basically analyze this image. And what we're going to do is, let's actually, what I like to do as well is upload the image like this, send it, and then I can go like describe. Maybe this works. Yes, this works. So two cows gazing. I'm just interested in the type of style. James Gilliard style. I have no idea who that is. Realistic painting style. I don't really think so. The high definition details make this suitable for children's book or cartoon designs. Oil painting with high definition. I like this. So what we can do is we can go to Midjourney and we can put a vineyard, a sunny vineyard, and then at the end, aspect ratio that would be somewhat like 3:2. Perfect. And now let's see how this would look like. We need to wait a bit for this to generate, and we can just get this text and upload it here and create and see how that goes in comparison to Midjourney. So this one is actually looking nice. Let's see what this Labs does. This is a little bit more like a oil painting type of style. I actually like this one a lot. I'm going to go like this so that it generates more on the left. We can use this as kind of the centerpiece. This one is also nice, but I don't like the girl here. It's kind of random. But yeah, we can use something like this as an example, and I can upscale subtle. So that the quality of the image gets a little bit more upscaled. And while we do that, we already have our image. So what we want to do is we basically want to build this in Framer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the different breakpoints from desktop, tablet to phone. And I'm going to use Kompa as a starter point, because Kompa is so great at providing nav bars that are, you know, free to use, and they're free to use and easily customizable, right? So all we have to do is switch this to tablet and this to phone. And we can even search in Kompa for hero sections. So let's just go Kompa, blocks, content, might be one of them. This might work. And we can just search for hero. Delete this and bring in this one, which is basically the same thing, I guess. And so now we have the content, like a good wireframe for our project from desktop to phone. Okay, let's go back to Chrome and let's see how this looks like. So you can see that the quality is much nicer. You can see the strokes, it's looking good. I'm going to save this image and I'm going to see how heavy it is. So it's 6.7. I'm going to open it up, excuse me, and I'm going to export this to be, yeah, a little bit. And we're going to put the vineyard background. Save. So now it's weight is less. So let's go back to Framer and let's remove this image placeholder. Actually, let's go like this. And let's make this just something like this for now. And let's go ahead and do something else, which is add this fill. Well, actually, we're going to make this sticky to the top. And this is going to have a visible. So not sticky, we're going to make this fixed. And then this horizontal one is going to have the fill of the image. So vineyard background. So we have it nice, and as you can see, this vineyard is kind of on this right side. There we go, that's nice. And we can get rid of this content from here. And now we have this. So we have this image, and what we can do is we can, with certain tools, like for example with masking, we can set like a mask for this image. So this is going to be 100% alpha, and this can be, for example, 0. And that means that if we put this like this, excuse me, let me just move this around. Something like this. We can create some type of oval gradient. And we can put this content on the top with the index, I believe, if it allows me. Okay, so it's basically creating the mask for everything, and we don't want that. So let's just remove this. And let's remove this image actually. And what we want to do is let's just add a frame. And let's put the frame here in this same, so container, so we have the container. Okay, so we can put this in here. And this can go out. I'm just experimenting here, guys. Okay, let's just leave the stack like this. And let's make this absolute and 0 and give it a relative of 100 and relative 100. And put this in the very center. And what we want to do is we want to change this, put an image like we were doing before, vineyard background. And then let's add this mask to this particular layer. So as you can see, the text isn't being affected. Only the images. So here, 0, go like this, increase this, and have something like this. And then what we can do is that instead of having this white color, we can have something dark, right? This the whole beauty of it. So we can have something dark, we can have something green like he has. I'm gonna, of course, change this text to be white, so it can be a little bit whiter as well. And then we can do something different. We can duplicate this a few times. So as you can see, it starts getting brighter. I just want to make this text have a type of max width. That's 400. Let's make this like this. And let's make this smaller, maybe 48. So that's one way of doing it with the mask, right? We can again remove that mask, and you can see that the image is very bright, and we can duplicate this, and we can call this the gradient. And go like this, remove this image, add a fill, that's a gradient fill. So here we can put 0, and here we can put 100, but put it dark. And this would be kind of the secondary way of doing this. Can make it somehow like this. Edit it to our liking. Remove. Put it kind of like a focal point. And then, for example, this background won't be affected, as you can see. Only the gradient color will. So for the gradient color, we would want something different. You'd have to choose it like this. We can pick something greenish in this way, so it kind of matches the plants. And then we can probably duplicate this, make this black, make this black, and reduce the opacity a bit so it's not so green. So it's like a mix between green and black. Right? And then we can have some of our colors. So actually this color looks perfect for this, right? But we might want to choose something different. Maybe something, I mean, now that I'm looking at it, it's perfect for this. So maybe we might want to choose some other type of image so it's not so green. So what we can do is we can create something like this, but not a vineyard. We can create maybe like a sailboat type of thing. So you can use this text, use a calm bay with a sailboat. Calm blue bay. The style of a modern vectorized oil painting. So I'm trying to generate something that's not so similar like that inspiration that we saw. Actually looks nice. You can pan left. You can pan left here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to upscale this and cut it on the right. Or actually just leave it as it is. Upscale it though. So a subtle upscale. And then we're going to use that as an image to represent our hero section, right? So instead of this nice vineyard, we're going to remove that and make it blue because I like the color blue. And that's what we're going to do. Actually, no, let's just keep it like this. Make sure everything is 100%. Almost done here. So in the meantime, I'm just going to select this color and I'm going to make it kind of blue oriented. So in this one, save this color to blue. And for these buttons, I'm just going to change it to be blue. This is going to be the secondary. Secondary would be nice if it was like a blue fill, not fill, blue border. And by now our image must be done. So I'm just gonna check that out 1 second. So we got blue. Perfect. And let's check to see our image here. Okay, beautiful. Save this. And let's go to downloads 3.5. Okay. Let's go to our framer and let's replace this image with this new blue one. And Maybe we want to use this one. Okay, let me just remove these gradients. So as you can see, we can already start materializing something really nice. We can do it all blue like this, which does look interesting. It might be a little bit too much. It does look interesting though. And we can set it like this focal point. So we can just see that. And instead of it being black, we can set it to this blue, but like way darker. Something like this. And then we can even duplicate this and put this one even darker than the last one. A little bit more stretched up. This one can be blue here, blue here. Let's try with this new image. I want this one, but a little bit panned downwards. And then we gotta upscale that again. Yeah, so these gradients kind of suck. So I'm just gonna delete this one. This one is a little bit too much, especially here. This one is looking really nice. Then we can make it in that not light blue color, but this ocean blue color. Just wait for it to complete. So I like these splashes as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start removing some of these buttons. I think that we should have different colors apart from just the blue. Maybe it should be like a black or not a black, like a wooden color, kind of like with this. Let me save this. And I like this one as well. You can upscale subtle. And we can see how big this one is. 3.5, okay. Let's remove this. Choose image. Put like top left. We can add a focal point. Crop it a bit. Yeah. Yeah, maybe for the phone we need it like a little bit underneath, but we'll do that eventually. So now for this, I'm interested in seeing how this one looks like. So I'm going to save this, and in Framer I'm going to duplicate this page. And I'm going to replace this image with that new one. And we can go ahead and add some padding to this. Maybe like make it the viewport size. And you know, this scenery looks amazing, but I actually don't like this little ship being there. I like it like more like the ocean and the sea being the actual focal point, right? And not the actual boat. So if I can, for example, erase this, yeah, let's erase this. See how easy it is. Oh, actually, calm blue bay. So these are going to be not needed. Okay, now it's looking great. This is what I want. So it's a calm blue bay with no sailboat. I don't know why we did that in the beginning. Now let's upscale it subtle. And let's wait for that. That's going to look beautiful. It's going to have be a very beautiful background hero section. And so we can add some type of gradients that covers the letters a little bit. So let's see how that looks like. And I think that, for example, a nice color that would fit this would be something like white or black. I don't think that we need like an extra color. I think that the white and black or silvery, kind of like a boat, you know, that our letters and our buttons give the sailboat effect. So right now the sailboat here is white, for example, and yeah, it gives this white color. But now since we don't have that, we can use our text to give that white color to this whole picture. So let's wait until this is rendered, and then I'm gonna basically save this image and use this for our background. So we go back to Framer. Let's go back home. Let's delete this one. And let's go back here to our layers. Replace this image with the boat. Choose image, and I believe it's this one, right? Yeah. Open. Look how beautiful that is. So the tablet, even on the phone, it looks amazing. So this is a great, great way of creating content. And I even think that without the gradient, it looks amazing. So, but we could add a gradient, obviously, if we wanted to. I'm not going to use this color. I'm actually going to delete this color. And I'm going to go ahead and try to go with something dark. So something looking like this. We have our text. And we don't need to make it completely dark. Something like this can work. We don't need a radial gradient. We can use a linear gradient. So if I just click this and edit the direction to go from the left, go something like this, that can look nice as well. And we can edit this to be, going like this. Could be one way of doing it. Or let's just check the gradient again. So it can be in this kind of direction, right? And then for the phone, we don't really, we could add the gradient, we can just edit it to be looking different. So something like this, maybe putting the focal point down here and maybe increasing this a bit, like so. And we can even change the color. So we can maybe make this gradient, like this layer, to be a different color. So we can choose, for example, one of these dark blues. Maybe this one would be nice. Maybe not so strong, or maybe like a subtle blue. Right. That's one way of doing it. You can put the blue a little bit back. We can duplicate this and give this a full fill, dark, be 1%. And what we can even do is we can give this like a blur and go here to filters, background blur. And you can start seeing that there's like a background blur happening, right? That can be one way of dealing with this gradient. So I'm going to do that, for example, with the gradient. But obviously for the image, it would be nice if it was like over. But again, as you can see with this image, it would look nice if this gradient had some blur. So maybe what we can do is delete this blur and we can add a filter blur and we can set some type of blur to this as an extra. And maybe even make this a little bit larger. But again, you can see that there's like some kind of holes here. So let's just go back and remove this blur. And let's see, filter. Yeah, I mean, I would say that this is looking good. I probably don't really like this sharp gradient. Honestly, I think that the image looks amazing as it is. But if we want to keep this effect, maybe we would have to just adjust this a little bit. So we go like this. We can make this also a little bit less. Now what we have to do still, we've spent a lot of time on this particular background. What we can do is just focus on the content. So let's just choose something like Clash Grotesque for this font. Let's maybe make it not semi-bold but medium, and we can put calm beige, calm beige, calm winds, and then we can just duplicate this text, put these together as a stack, and then adjust the gap to be lower, and we can put better hiking. This looks kind of like a hiking thing. And then we can choose something that's more, you know, handwritten. So I was thinking something like this, caveat. And instead of the white, what we can use is we can use something like gray. And I believe caveat has bold as well. Awesome. Oh, they have regular. And I'm just thinking, okay, we have this 0. And what I need to do here now is adjust these colors. So right now we have this color here. Let's just replace everything. So I still like this blue. It's not bad. Maybe we can use this blue here. But then we can put something like fishing, right? So better, calm base, calm winds, better fishing. And we can adjust this to be a bit larger. And we can make the line height like 1, and here 1. Calm base, calm winds. Better fishing. Okay. And then here we can just put it like 2. Something like that. And then we can add some, you know, icon after and put like a fish. Get started, learn more. For example, this learn more can be white and white. These can be white And then we have to just make this logo white as well with a color here that's this blue, and fisherman, and let's put the fish and arrow right. Yeah. And then let's just make these white. So for example, these text would be white. So let's just unlink and replace all of them. Make this white, boom. This can be white. Then we need this also to be white. So this is basically how you would, adjust everything. And then for this, we need our icon here to be our blue. And we're basically almost done. I don't like this gray. I would prefer it to be another color. So let's just go like this and maybe pick the blue, or not the blue, maybe like the D6, yeah. D6. D6. And here's well. D6. D6. And D6. And yeah, that looks a little bit better. We still need to change this hover color. Well, I mean, it looks nice with this blue, why not? But basically, this is it. This is basically building a, nav bar. This has to be set to fill, C, or relative 100. And we would want this, well, we would want this here, container, to have a max width. Okay, perfect, that has a max width. And I'm hoping that the nav bar as well has the max width. Yes, perfect. So yeah, guys, I think we're done with this. It was a quick little tutorial. Maybe we have to create, for the nav bar, not use this blue one, but use a white one. Something like this. And yeah, so we have something different. And we can just call this like book now. Features about, so services about contact book now. Get started, learn more. Okay, so this is basically it. This is our hero section built with our, our Midjourney generation. Looks very beautiful. And what we can do is we can, for example, set like a scroll speed to this container. So if I go to effects and click on scroll speed, I can make this a little bit slower. And as I scroll down, it's going to have this nice effect. You can't really see it here. Maybe I have to adjust a little bit more. but you can kind of see that it's giving like this parallax effect. So if I were to add more, you know, sections, let's just do that really quick. I'm going to add more content. Just go like this and duplicate this a few times. What you can see is that, you know, the text is kind of staying there. Maybe we can do something like this. If not, we can up the speed a little bit. So maybe 110. And as you scroll, this text kind of scrolls up faster, right? And it gives like kind of like a parallax effect to the image, right? So yeah, that's basically it. I also noticed that the hamburger menu has to be white. Let's do that really quick. Set this to be white, this to be white, and this as well. And then we should be done. And that's basically using Kompa to create nice hero sections, like something like this, right? Obviously, he put a little bit more work into it. You have this nice little testimonial section, but this is a great example of what you can do quickly. You know, it took us like 40 minutes, mostly in Midjourney, generating the stuff, but this is just a quick example of what you can do with AI and with Framer. So hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please let me know if you need any help with anything. You have the remix link to this hero section in the description below. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.